Let's talk a little more about the Saudi market. It is going from strength to strength. We've seen 6 IPOs so far this year. We've just heard that 4 have announced offerings for the rest of the year, including one could be one of the biggest, the hospital group, Dr. Solomon Abdul Qadir Faqih Hospital. I mean, that puts us to 10 already. What are you expecting for the rest of the year?
Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, we have been enjoying a very healthy IPO pipeline. You're right, since the beginning of this year, we've done 6, and currently there are 4 that are doing concurrently. And we have more than 10 IPOs approved, but waiting for the book building and dealing with the brokers and asset managers to determine their listing and offering date. And we have more than 50 applicants with us at the exchange and with the regulator. And the good thing about those IPOs is not just the number, but the diversity. So they are from different sectors and different sizes and different stages in their life cycle. So we believe we will be having more IPOs, given the liquidity that we are enjoying. It's 100% up compared to the previous quarter. The interest that we are getting from international investors, the secondary market performance for the newly listing companies, all those factors encourage more companies to list in our very active exchange.
You mentioned liquidity. You think there is enough liquidity in this market to absorb this flurry of IPOs that you're seeing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we've up 100% since, I think, the same period last year. And last year we did more than 35 IPOs. If you factor this and also the growth from international investors, that means the environment is great for new listings and new IPOs and encourage more companies. And actually, we are seeing an increase in appetite from the international investors for new companies, new stories coming to our market. We have seen many international companies, and actually we have had great meetings with the great names from here who are considering to do cross-listing in Saudi.
Yeah, and which brings us to this event here. Hong Kong and Saudi exchanges you guys did sign a pact last February to try to at least work together in cross-listings. What sort of progress has been made so far?
So the cooperation between us and Hong Kong Exchange goes beyond the cross-listings. We exchange information related to the ESG, derivatives market. Hong Kong has been very successful in many of the things that we're trying to do. For example, the derivatives market and the debt market as well. They've been successful in attracting international investment, although that we're doing very well. But we will always look to get the experience of one of the best, I would say, international financial center like Hong Kong. And this is our first event outside of Saudi, Saudi Capital Forum. This is the first one. And we are giving an opportunity to our great Saudi companies to meet with the investors from China and from Hong Kong. And I think the prospects are great. We believe this will generate more opportunities for them, and at the same time will give, I would say, a great support to our companies to pursue their growth plans.
Yes, Bonnie Chan from the Hong Kong Exchange said it's like matchmaking today. Is there still plans then to have a Saudi company cross-list on the Hong Kong Exchange? And if so, what sort of sectors, companies have you been talking to?
When it comes to building a channel between two exchanges, it's always about technicality and regulations. And this is something that we are currently working on. But the decision whether a company wants to cross-list from Saudi to Hong Kong or vice versa is totally the desire and decision of the issuers. So it's 100% on them if they believe there is an opportunity or benefit from them, whether it's a Saudi company going there or a company from Hong Kong wants to go to Saudi. It's 100% the decision of the issuer. But we want to have the path ready for them in case they decide to do so.
I have to ask you about Saudi Aramco and the potential for this second listing. Is there a chance that Aramco could actually have a cross-listing in Hong Kong? Have there been conversations? I know the chief executive of Hong Kong, John Lee, has been to Saudi many times trying to bring this second listing here to this city. Anything that you can tell us about any updates on that?
Well, I'll give you the same answer. When we work with Hong Kong Exchange or any other exchange, we're providing the pathway for companies to go from either side. It's totally the decision of an issuer. So look, what is the best opportunity for them? If they believe the cross-listing will serve their goals, then their decision. I cannot comment on a specific issuer or issuances, but I believe the Saudi capital market at the stage, at the liquidity level we're having, I think many companies will think twice before going to other markets. But we believe the issuers, they are sophisticated enough to decide what's the best for them without commenting on a specific issue.
Okay. In terms of foreign ownership, I know part of this event is really for Saudi businesses to try to gain more exposure to Asian investors. What is Saudi Arabia doing to improve foreign ownership in its own market now?
Many things. I mean, if you look at the Saudi capital market, the foreign investment grew, I think, by 200% if you compare to 2019. Every year we grow more than 20% in terms of the international inflow. And if you think about it, Yvonne, we're still a restricted market. That means that not any foreign investor can invest in Saudi. They need to go through the qualified foreign program, which is something that you are familiar with. And yet we are enjoying a lot of inflows from international investors because of many reasons. One, we have a very advanced capital market at par with international markets around the world when it comes to the corporate governance code, it comes to the minority interest, and actually it's one of the best. And the very active IPO pipeline. But most importantly, if you look at Saudi as a story, I mean, you have everything you want. Youth nation, 60% below the age of 30, rich in resources, natural resources, minerals. We're opening up. It's great to do business over there. We have reached many of the what they called impossible targets when we've announced the Vision 2030, and actually halfway to that toward the end of the journey, but we have achieved many goals that were set. And we didn't set relaxed. We have revised and make it more challenging for us. Low inflation, one of the fastest growing economies among the G20. So what else do you want to ask for?
Well, what about this competition between, other Middle East nations like Dubai and Saudi Arabia to be the top financial hub? Do you have any plans to maybe even broaden your scope a little bit to start commodities trading in Saudi Arabia, or even trading Saudi oil, for example? Are there plans for that?
Well, as a Saudi title group, I think we recently announced our intention to acquire 20% of DME. It's a commodity platform. If you want to talk about the competition between us and the other GCC markets, we work closely together. We compete, of course, but we look at the GCC as a good destination, as a very attractive region to get the international investments. And I think it is one of the best destinations for any international investor at the moment. As of today, we represent more than 80% of the market cap within the GCC and more than 80% of the liquidity trading in the GCC. We've done a cross-listing between us and Abu Dhabi, and many companies are looking to do dual listing between GCC exchange and us to get benefit of the exposure and the depth we're having. So I think it's healthy for the GCC countries. For us, we're going full steam ahead. We are not slowing down, and we'll be one of the top exchanges globally.